Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 19 Semifinals.
10 seconds remaining.
We're taking one last look at the Dusty the Clown show, the Luth team taking on the Lion Tamers, the Gotham team. Last time, Gotham team picked an unwinnable draft and then didn't win. Let's see what happens this time.
When Dark Ace was so offended by it, they left forever.
Yeah, that's true. It's just like when Gotham ran that Diffusal Blade Primal Beast and made Blue Jay quit.
Radiant team back.
No Invoker, says the Gotham team, which I guess that's
10
fair.
seconds remaining.
Compared to the first game where the
5 seconds
Gundam was on the DK and it really felt like a styles clash. Like, it really did not feel like a hero that played to his strengths at all. The Invoker turned out very differently, so cannot blame him for that.
10 seconds remaining.
Dusty the Clown Show does not have first pick this time, by
5
the way.
seconds remaining.
Nope, it's dire first pick. Which means first pick Lifestealer.
Hell yeah.
Dire team back.
No Night Stalker.
Radiant team back.
No Abaddon. I guess Night Stalker's meta enough that it's not just a comfort ban.
I think Matt's been playing it. I've seen him at least one Night Stalker game this season.
5 seconds remaining.
I believe he got fed in that game, so, you know,
I think you might be thinking of Dusty.
maybe. I think it was Matt, though.
Team back.
There was definitely a series between the Gotham team and the Blue Jay team where Dusty played Night Stalker
10
and went 1,000,000 and 0.
remaining.
That much is
Could be both.
verifiably
Seconds
certain.
remaining. Dire team back.
Luth bans out the Lifestealer, does not want to
10 seconds remaining.
just pick the one hero that you need to get rid of it and get rid of it
5
himself,
seconds remaining.
I guess. It's very strange, like, what a fun series. We saw that the Lifestealer Pause 1 is not only counterable, it's not even that hard to do, and people are still competing over it first pick. I don't really understand. Just because the Gotham counterpicked himself on it, you know? He had Ursa, you know? He had Ursa that entire lane phase. He just didn't
10
pick that thing
seconds remaining.
for really no good reason.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Witch Doctor.
First pick in the Witch Doctor. Still a very annoying support that's going to have legs in pretty much every game. I remember back when you couldn't first pick Witch Doctor, or else the enemy could, like, pick one support hero and get rid of it.
And then they got rid of his weakness, like they do with every hero they want to buff.
It's true.
Dire team back.
Luth, first pick in the Tide Hunter.
Radiant team back.
Which, I
remember that
mean,
one patch where you went 1-4-1 on Witch Doctor.
it's true. Which, I mean, that's great and everything, but it's a little worrying. The Tide Hunter into Witch Doctor, this is a god-awful matchup for him, and that's just on the support line alone.
5 seconds remaining.
It's like,
Radiant
how do you
team
get around a hero that dispels your debuffs and has inbuilt damage block? The answer is pick a hero with an undispellable E and a death ward that goes through damage block.
Dire team pick.
And Tide Hunter tends to be an HP balloon otherwise.
I wonder.
Yep,
Support.
yep. Kryzen Kappa and chat, very sad they didn't get to first pick the Lifestealer again.
5 seconds remaining.
It is very sad if you think
Says-
about it.
Says rooting for Dusty to lose now. Sad. Banning out the Ember is interesting. The Ember Spirit, like, turned around the first game because other factors that weren't him started to turn it around, right? Like, it wasn't really suddenly the Ember Spirit starts owning. Like, he did good, but
He
it was
profited
because,
from
yeah,
circumstances. Yeah.
yeah. I definitely don't think it'd be worth a ban here. Spirit Breaker? Okay.
This is like a 2023 game. Witch Doctor and Spirit Breaker?
Doesn't it make you so nostalgic?
Yeah, it's really nostalgic for a great period of Dota history.
10 seconds. Radiant team pick.
That's a very early Necro pick. Picking Necro before you... Picking Necro when you know one core and it's bad for Necro is a very daring thing to do, I gotta tell you.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
I mean, I guess, you know, as I mentioned, Tidehunter's kind of an HP balloon, so Necro can just, like, go into the Ags build and make him lose 1,000 HP a second, throw that with a Maledict, and he's going to die every fight, and that's great and everything, but if he hits ult before he dies, it doesn't matter that much. I mean, yeah, he's better than that now, but he can still do that if need be. So that was just trying to say, oh, Tidehunter has a big HP bar, pick Necro. I don't know if that was it. I don't know if that was it.
Was Matt drafting the last 2 games?
Yeah, I believe he was,
Oh.
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I know he had clicked the button. I just don't know if he's actually picking, like, making the calls.
He's actually drafting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Okay, well, for God's sake, Luth. How many times can we counterpick ourselves in this series? He was like, okay, you want to pick Wraith King into Lifestealer? How about I throw you DK into Necro? DKPA into Necro?
What is going on? Okay.
What? Wait, Dusty, are you smoking crack? What is this?
I think this is an atrocious PA game, honestly.
10 seconds.
This is an atrocious
And it
PA
could
game.
get
They have
worse.
2 picks. What the hell?
5 seconds remaining.
Oh my god.
Like, she's kiteable into Witch Doctor and doesn't like it because they can be invulnerable and waste her time, and she wants to kill fast. Like, Spirit Breaker is uncomfortably tanky, and Necro presses W and becomes untargetable. Like, what is this PA game exactly?
Yeah.
Explain?
Yeah, it's really bad. What is this DK game? It's like pretty much bad for all the same reasons. He can't bum rush any of the supports. He's not gonna win the mid or the long game
Oh
against
my-
Necro. What? Ursa?
What is happening with these picks?
What the fuck? What are you guys on?
It's good into DK,
It's true.
but kiteable.
Good into
PA
DK, god awful
It's
against
really
the PA.
good into Ursa. Yeah. I
And
don't
the
know why you would ever pick Ursa into PA.
The reason that Windrunner is suddenly being picked again is because her shard's pretty good again. So bad news for any Ursa fans in the audience. I don't know.
It's an
What in the
extremely kiteable
goddamn...
Ursa.
Just 2 awful P1s. I
Well,
guess...
one of the awful P1s is good into the other awful P1s, so
And-
the
and then
second one's
the-
like double extra
Radiant
awful.
team
One of the P1s is good into the other P1. In fairness, Ursa is really only that bad because of that. He owns the DK and the Tide,
Yep.
so you know, there's that, I guess.
He does. It kind of eats DK and Tide for free, so it's not as bad of an Ursa game as I'm making it out to be.
Yeah, it still sucks into PA, but PA...
PA is destroyed by the other heroes.
Yeah,
so
it's, what a funny matchup. It's like Ursa is unplayable in the PA, PA is unplayable in the rest of the team. Okay,
this
yeah,
PA
it's-
game
yeah.
is over.
That's
It's
bad.
so over for this PA game. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Ursa has a free game unless this last pick sinks in.
It might. It's gonna be a support.
Maybe.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, presumably, I guess they could be running the rare legendary
I don't know,
PA P5. And this is the
Tide Runner
biggest
4?
debate of our time.
Windrunner 5. It's probably the worst PA game I've ever seen. But it could work out, you know. Provided at least 3 people grief every fight on the enemy team, this PA game could work out.
Such a good It's such a good Necro game. They never made it even a little bit bad. They better do it now. Like, for God's sake, we better see, like, a silencer or something here, you know?
Well, let's see. I don't know what their win condition is realistically. Like, if this last pick is support, because DK is not a win condition because of Necro. PA is not a win condition because of Ursa X. Well, I guess not Ursa X, Witch Doctor X, and Necro. And it's a disruptor.
I mean, massive skill issue for Matt if he can't run all over this game. This is like the... This is the Necro game you dream about.
What is Radiant win condition? At any point in the, like, literally any point in the game, like from 10 minutes to 50 minutes, what is Radiant win condition?
I mean, does Necro, like, super suck ass right now? No, he's got a... Yeah, he's good. Yeah, this is just, like, the easiest Necro game ever.
I guess PA being good into Ursa specifically is their win condition.
Yeah.
And killing Ursa in every fight and Axe kind of failing to launch like he does sometimes. And Necro being dealt with somehow with Disruptor ultis alone. That's
I
it,
mean,
really.
I cannot tell
It's
you...
not a very good win condition.
I cannot tell you how much flame I'm going to drop on Matt in this match if this goes like the last one. I mean, this looks so good for him. It's such a ridiculously good Necro match. Maybe there's some kind of crazy facet that makes him awful or something, or like one of the weird item reworks somehow is bad for him, but I just don't see how. Like, this is making me question my... Like, the way Luth picked his team is making me question my sanity. What am I not seeing here?
Prepare for battle.
I mean, for God's sake, like, what can even hit him in his W? Like, almost nothing. Power shot, the Ravage...
Your hope is that he gets Disruptor ultied
Yeah.
constantly.
He gets Disruptor ultied,
Like every fight,
and Disruptor gets an
Necro
Ags
and
as
he dies.
soon as humanly possible, or Matt doesn't build a BKB for no reason.
Yeah.
And he just queued some mysterious item that starts with an Ogre Club, or Ogre Axe if you prefer. So,
well, so he knows. He's well aware of the one way that he sucked in this game.
What the hell? Matt gets tipped?
Might be a little early to tip him.
30 seconds to battle.
It's a very good Axe game, too. I mean, I'm not that big of a believer in Axe right now, not after the patch. But JB is a very good player that's done good work on this hero before, and I mean, it's like...
He sees a PA in his lane as well.
He has
so.
a PA in his lane, he has a Windrunner in this game, he has the... Which, you know, isn't going to be somebody who's going to be able to call easily, but somebody who is not going to be able to effectively deal with them in any way besides using the Gust to make his calls a little doofy.
I mean, PA is just handcuffed in an Axe game because at any point before you can damage him enough to kill him, he will kill you with one call. Like, you die.
Yeah.
If anybody else is there, you die. If he's there alone, you probably die.
It's worse than usual,
Like
too, because it's like, even if you live, now he's got that stupid battle hunger stacking thing, so, like, even if you live,
Yeah.
you're probably about to just take 3,000 health in just a half second, so...
Dire's middle tower is under
So you have to
One melee creep
not
went to the
fight.
tower. Matt got it! Oh my god.
You have to not fight, and it's been shown that this Luth team, like, doesn't win fights very easily without Luth.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you
you
got,
can't
like...
fight because you die.
Like, this should be, like, a pretty free Ursa lane. Like, Windrunner in lane isn't really very good, as we've seen it. And he just eats the funny watermelon. That's just food for him. I guess if there's one silver lining, I mean, Axe isn't that great in lane into the PA, and the Spirit Breaker's probably not going to help much. He's very off meta right now. Baffling. Even Kid Dynamite, who would who would cut off his left leg to disagree with this cast, is still saying it's a bad PK.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. What do they see here? What do they know that I don't? What crazy, wacky crap are they gonna come up with to get out of this one? It was so bad when they picked it too. It wasn't like they got counterpicked. Like they already had the Necro on the field. They already had the Witch Doctor. That's pretty bad too. You know, he's got that voodoo switcheroo, and PA doesn't like that. Especially, does she have the controlled facet? Yeah, she does. So she's not even gonna be able to get the random funny crit on him every once in a while, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know you're not gonna be able to get it. At least Page's was first blooded. She was died of trying to get the Lotus there.
Trying to poke Windrunner.
Died of Beatus. I don't know. Me picking an HP balloon immediately into a guy who does percentile damage and is weak to magic damage. Tide's dead. At least, I mean, if there's a god, he should be. I guess it's only a level
I don't
1
think he
Maledict,
does.
so maybe not.
No.
But, he's probably
This
not
creep
happy
wave
right
is in a
now.
very weird position right now. The creep battle near the Lotus Pool, and
Yeah.
Dusty missed every last hit. Sad.
Guys, watch, what could I tell you?
He's Wash. Might be a finalist again in a couple minutes, but he's Wash.
It's true. Yeah, you never know how it's gonna go, but... Because, I mean, last week they won with a really bad... You know, they were claiming, oh, it's actually secretly goated, you know. Nobody kills a Wraith King the second life. Just ignore the fact you can kill everybody else the first life and not have to worry about that. But whatever. But this one, I think, is a much harder leg to stand on.
Well, it's simply goaded because it won. That's the only reason
Yeah.
why it's goaded. If it wins, it's goaded. If it loses, it's trash.
Cannot help but agree here. This has got his phases. Currently, last hits just universally. Oh no, Witch Doctor missed the Maledict. Cringe.
What can
Last
you do?
hit's just universally favoring the Dire. Even though Ty got that kill, he is down 10 last hits compared to the Ursa because it's tied into Ursa lane. DK was doing good for a while, and he's still not far behind, but it is starting to momentum is starting to not favor him so much. And I assume that'll get just worse and worse as time goes on. They are going to try to get the kill on the Witch Doctor here, and they are going to get him.
X is dead? Oh no, my friend, you're not supposed to be dying in this lane.
He might supposed to be dying in this lane. He's not. He doesn't do good in this lane.
I guess, but
You don't want it to happen, but that's a matchup that's not good for him for a while. And he doesn't really have a support that like does anything about it either.
yeah, the SV is kind of the issue in this lane that I can see. Like, just a big, tanky fucker who does nothing.
Disruptor thought he
And,
just got the glimpse on Axe back to spawn.
You just mildly annoyed him.
Surprise. It would have been funny if JB just went in chat and said I TP'd again.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he gets glimpsed back to T1 again, you know, endless cycle.
Do have little sixes here at mid. DK popped his to try and get the Necro, who has not leveled his W, I've noticed.
Are scanning.
That's something I necessarily agree with. I think, you know, it would allow you to be a lot more aggressive in this lane if you did even just 1 point of it. Being able to say no auto attacks, please, from many, you know, that does a lot.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
It's not even like good right now, right? Like she's like not even like, man, it's really something.
It's a game also starting out a little tepidly. You know, everyone be careful. Don't throw.
Dyer's
Ursa
middle
says
tower
Roar
is under attack.
is walking forward, but
Oh,
nothing really
okay.
comes of it. Power shot's gonna
Nice
take a lot of
shackle.
his HP. Witch Doctor is going to throw out the Maledict before going down, which is going to take about half of Tidehunter's HP and do nothing else. This is a funny lane for
pure shackle
Tidehunter.
shot.
He's got no health, but or he's got no last hits, but he's got 3 kills,
Yeah.
and thus is top of the net worth chart, despite being lowest in last hits.
3 kills on a support though, which is a big difference from previous lane, game 1 lane.
It's true. J-Bay's running home. Something bad happened to him. These lanes are a very wet noodle for Dyer thus far. They're kind of losing all 3 of them, which
Dyer's
isn't
top
good.
tower is under attack.
I don't think there are many
I don't think they're
outdrafts
losing
that
the Ursa
matter.
lane.
Going to
Okay,
get
especially
the
not
Windrunner at
if this
least.
guy dies.
No, they're not. Windrunner's
He's
gonna
not
live with
gonna die.
28 HP.
Okay, they might lose the Ursa game if he dies here. He won't though.
Yeah, they even called the Disruptor in to try and finish the job here. He's got a Lotus still. Opting.
Very good
yeah.
charging as well.
I think he wanted to try and bait people to chase him more, but sadly, no matter how much he roars, no matter
He got stuck.
that is pretty sad. No matter how much help he calls in, he is now pretty low HP, just sitting here behind the tower with no regen. Get you or your support to call something, my man. Dusty got hit by Maledict and then immediately used Soul Ring. I just want you to know that.
Ravage!
And what a ravage it was.
Make a big mess.
Yeah, Paige has got the W on the Witch Doctor, and that's allowed La to, you know, do things again. It's a shame Witch Doctor got that kill instead of the Ursa. That would have been really nice for him. But what are you gonna do?
Radiant's
The DK is
bottom
actually
tower
starting to
is under
lead the
attack.
Necro in these last hits here, which is not what I was expecting. I guess maybe that's a, you know, Gundam is a mid, Matt is not difference right there. Tidehunter versus Axe, who would win in a fight? Axe is gonna hit Q. He is really dead if he stays here. I think he's really dead.
Okay. Yeah.
My god.
Radiant's middle tower
They called
is under
everyone down here, 5 men behind the line for the Axe, and hey,
Is
it
it
was a
time for
decent
is it time for the
kill.
lineup you flamed to win the game?
Yep, probably. This is like starting really bad for the Gotham team. And I'd love to say it's by some genius master stroke by the Luth team, but no, it's pretty much just get the Gotham team just doing doofy shit. Getting themselves killed a lot.
I mean, I will say that 3 of those deaths are on a +5, so
It's
it's
true.
more like 2 to 1
Dyer's bottom
if you want to
tower
look at it
is
that
under
way.
attack.
Okay, Luth has gone to the secret shop, taking a nice trip,
Oh, he
and
said.
buddy, they dropped the scythe, they had the culling blade on her, goddamn. Axe didn't get a culling blade stack as he did that, but he at least got it refreshed, so, you know, there's that.
It's really weird.
Inaugural Scythe of the game going down on PA. As well as the first call.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So, you know,
attack.
that's a pretty good pickup. That's more what we would expect at this juncture, I think.
Yeah.
Rip to Witch Doctor's Courier.
Has been killed.
Ursa
Full
turns
damage,
around and tries to
Necro.
yell at the Windrunner, but I mean, obviously that's not going to happen. The Disruptor gets away from that with 20 HP.
Most casual disruptor ult in my life.
Yeah, just drops it in panic.
Disruptor ult in protest. Yeah.
Yeah. Got DD on
It's
the
fine.
Necro
It's a
here.
low cooldown.
The Tidehunter, not that long ago, was first place in net
Rubbish.
worth, but now he's kind of last, and he's going to get. Oh no! Oh no! Witch Doctor accidentally, I
okay.
think, canceled that ult. And that would have been huge.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's definitely an accident there. That's very sad. Oh well. Tidehunter was first place in the net worth chart not that long ago. Now he's last. You're kind of bullying the Earth out of lane, though. Matt is learning what's bad about the Radiant start on Necro. You don't have enough mana to cast things, is the
Dire's
answer.
top tower is under attack.
Race to the battlefield is pretty even right now.
Going to drop the
Nice
Maledict
shot.
on the Windrunner. This Windrunner very... Huh? Where did my... Oh! Okay, he got glimpsed the moment the ult ended. Okay, that looked really weird. Necro's accidentally going to stack a camp down here.
Are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ursa gonna have bot, while PA takes his Shrine of Wisdom. Rest in peace.
Mm,
Dire's
Ursa's gonna
middle
hit Fury
tower
first,
is
I
under
think.
attack.
Yeah,
This offering.
yeah, they were very
Maybe?
close.
It's really
and
even, actually.
PA has kind of like stopped farming to go get like all these side objectives over here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
He's
attack.
still not farming.
Yeah,
Just gonna
Shrine
go on
stalking the Ursa. Friends are coming, but so is a hasted Necro and a Spirit Breaker behind him. Spirit Breaker canceled the charge though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think he got stunned by Roche or something there, maybe? I don't know.
Something
Kind of
happened, that's for sure. Okay, PA has Fury.
No more haste on the Necro.
Ursa is about to have Fury, so PA won the race to Fury.
Yep,
Just in case any of you were placing your bets.
just a hair, but she did win. They are dropping on the Witch Doctor mid. They did get him. Spirit Breaker feels so low impact this game. He never finishes a charge. Like somebody just walks away from him before he actually gets to get the job done. Necro
Yeah.
gets stunned inside of the Disruptor ult and
Dead.
dies. Everyone just kind of walked away from him there. That's not good.
Dire's middle
Yeah, I
tower-
think it's time for
Dire's
this team
middle
I
tower
flamed to win.
is
The
falling.
Gotham team's playing this horribly. I wish I could say it's some masterclass on loose spar, but what the hell are they doing?
This is a prototypical LDTL game 3.
Dire's bottom
Yep.
tower is under attack.
It was worse than last week on that affair. Luth team just turns the opposition's brain to mush. I don't know what it is. Max very close to the blink dagger, just 100 gold away. Pretty close to a straight advantage for the Radiant at this juncture. 2/3 of their heroes beating 2/3 of the Dire. Only a few hundred gold separate Tidehunter and Ursa, and just one casual kill by the Tide, especially if it is on Ursa. It's probably going to change that.
Ursa. It's getting stalked by PA again.
Necro very close to the Radiance at this point. Probably get it within this camp. Nope, just barely not. He's like one creep away. He's also kind of pinned up here. Everybody on the Radiant is very close to him. Axe has his Blink Dagger, but he just called his courier for something else. He's going to have to wait for it again. Or he's just not going to call it at all, I guess.
He's at home. He's got to get this personally, you know? You can't, sometimes you just got to go out to the shop and touch what you're buying.
Radiant's now out
Can't
on
just buy stuff on
Necro.
Amazon.
Shard and Beak ABQ'd.
Radiant are scattered.
They are. Everybody is. It's Smash Ultimate down here at bot.
Yeah.
Ursa is going to hit his ult. And boy, he's going to tank through a lot. They're going to Ravage to get the job done, though.
Very dead.
Yeah, they've just completely sidelined Ursa here. Only
Something
now
what
is the
Shark
rest
Girl
of his
did.
team even allowed to come in.
Oh no,
And again, they're taking
they're
this
bunched
fight,
up.
but can't do anything because the Necro was way too far.
Neither team is particularly committed to this. I'm noticing.
I mean, it's a win for the Dire, win for the Radiant for sure.
Yeah, because
Um,
Ursa's dead.
Even if the Dire got more money for it, the kill on the Ursa was more important.
Ursa
And
dead, PA hitting creeps, your win condition
Yep.
moves forward.
they kind of showed the Necro and the Ursa, or not the Necro and the Ursa, the Necro and the Axe are just not there right now. They're just not there yet. The Necro's too slow, the Axe is not tanky enough. The
Oh, okay.
the Dragon Knight is going to die, I guess.
No? Maybe. Yeah, he'll die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's gonna try and TP, but he's gonna die the second he gets out. Doesn't get Necro a side stack, but he's not that mad about it, I don't think.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What's mad? He might be that mad about it.
It's true.
Has fallen.
Oh my fucking... He survived the Scythe was like 10 HP, dude. If you got that Maledict, you would have been dead. Shard coming out for the Necro. Witch Doctor standing right next to the Tidehunter. The Spearbreaker is going to ult into this. We've got a call
He's
into the Witch
obscenely
Doctor
dead.
ult, and yeah, that guy gets chopped in half.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This looks like a pub game, honestly. People just randomly dying.
Ursa very close to the Blink Dagger. PA very close to Yasha.
Radiant's
Axe
middle
has his
tower
first
is
item
under
for
attack.
BKB already. It's an unfortunate game because it's one of those where it doesn't really help him kill anybody, it just helps him not die.
Yep.
I mean, BKB always is that to an extent, but it's really strong here in that way.
Ursa and Rage.
Free
Oh, boy.
Voodoo Switcheroo.
Oh yeah, I guess that's why.
Everyone else on Dire is kind of getting intercepted here. I don't think they realize. Yeah, they definitely don't. Necro's about to get
Oh,
gone
shit,
by everybody. Throw your cast. There we go.
They're so
Voodoo
close
Switcheroo
together.
here is going to dodge the Ravage, but
Nice,
the Necro and the
Disruptor
Witch
ult.
Doctor are both in the Disruptor ult here. Doesn't really matter though, because Ursa's coming in and he doesn't really care. Okay, he does care if he gets one shot by the PA. Holy hell, what happened to him? He just went from 100 to 0.
You got Windrunner power shot, which is ridiculously like the if you're low health, it kills you instantly.
There you go. 4-for-0 trade. The game is over? Like, that is horrible.
It could be. Could be that we underestimated the OP-ness of this Windrunner trait.
Yeah, maybe. 3,000 gold changes hands, gives the that Radiant their entire net worth advantage. Necro going for a Ghost Scepter. I don't think that's the play here. PA stalking the Earth again. Knife is out, but she's not going to follow through.
Radiant's bottom
Matt
tower
is just about to walk in
under
5. Walked in 1 so far. Bye-bye, Matt. Can't. He is.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I just don't get it. Like, does he not understand what a big Necro game this is? He can't continue to play like that. You must be just. This is just a morale damage game. Like, this is just Matt completely tilted off the face of the planet.
Dire's top
If
tower
they
is
lose, it's
under
just going to be because of that.
Radiant's bottom tower
That's
is
the
under
only thing. It's just Matt being 2-3-1 in a game where he should be 6-0-0 right now.
Dusty in another grand final.
God help
Let's
us.
go. Dusty in a grand final that's probably pretty much free. Maybe we'll see.
Dire's middle
Everyone's
tower
crowding
is under
around
attack.
the triangle here. Three-man
Dire's
smoke on
middle
the
I think
Dire.
actually-
is under attack.
Come to think of it, if Gotham is knocked out in this game, I buy the other 3 teams as win, like they could win.
Dire are scanning.
Dire scan out. Find nobody here. Ping themselves a lot. What are they gonna do? They're going to see nothing and just charge bot.
Is charged solo.
Yeah, okay, they see the PA and they're charging bot.
What is
and,
the- Gotham, my friend.
Yeah,
Oh no!
4-man Ravage. Oh no, poor Dusty. No, it's okay. Ursus doesn't have his Q anymore.
Nobody is dead somehow. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, the first kill is somehow Scythe on the Windrunner. And second kill
Matt's
is
dead.
going to be Matt. Jesus Christ. My axe is running away from this situation at full health, having really never
Ursa
gotten
is
involved at all.
dead. Oh my god.
This is just such a horrible, like, way to conduct this game. This should not be happening.
I should have known it was GG when we flamed the drafts.
It's true.
Who can have predicted this?
3 for 1 trade there, 2,000 gold changes hands towards the Dire. You can see in particular where the problem lies right now. The axe is really not engaging in fights at all, basically. He almost had no part in that, and he's like a big part of what makes this team work.
Dire's bottom tower
I think
is under
J-Bay's
attack.
playing this game really cautiously, and I think he is not doing himself a favor by doing so. Like, yeah, axe isn't what he used to be, but you can't, like, refuse to fight before you get your BKB in this game, or else this is going to happen. This is already a very insurmountable looking advantage for the Radiant.
Luth team does what they do best, smoke. Doesn't lead anywhere, but you know.
This is game 3.
Yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Necro getting to the BKB soon.
Middle tower is under attack.
Gotham's dead.
Gotham, yep, just gets caught out here, just completely demolished. And then Dusty says, "Aw."
Could be worse. Oh, no, it
Could be worse.
Gonna have Ags out on the Witch Doctor at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant is going to be the first to do Roche here. Just to stick it to Ursa, I guess. Enemy has vision here. And everyone walks away from the Aegis, okay.
Just like last game.
Matt almost walks into 5 again, but luckily the, well, 4 in this case, but luckily they, don't let it happen this time. Spirit Breaker is just gonna get cut and destroyed again. This is like almost not a hero in this game. Why did he pick this crap?
It's a rough one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Jeez, this is like the exact kind of game you hate to see as a commentator, because it really feels bad to just say,
Has fallen.
nope, the Luth team isn't even doing good, the Gotham team is just doing bad. That's basically where we are right now.
Under attack. Dire's
Luth team is about to do a
Yeah,
4-man
well.
smoke on a place nobody is, and Ursa is going to walk on a lane when he sees no people, maybe? No, he's just going to, yeah, he's dead.
Oh no.
Man. Like there, like you can't reasonably tell me that you would see this smoke-addicted team go completely dark as Ursa and then say, I know, I'll walk on a wave, right? Like,
They're boomed.
yeah, I think that's just the long and short of it. The
Boomed from
draft
last
didn't
game.
matter and the play didn't matter because they walked into this game so boomed that they could have had God himself on their team and it would have made no difference, I think.
Could have had the gambler.
It's true.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And what a poetic ending for the Gotham team that would be.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And that
Dire's
would
top
be.
tower
That
is
will
under
be, my
attack.
friend.
It's true. How much damage do you think this axe has done in the entire game thus far? Is this like secret 3-2-2? Is JB like, oh no, I'm not letting you get to finals with me? Like, what's going on here? But like at this point, I don't think he's done. Since the end of lane phase, I don't think he's done 1,000 damage total. He's really done nothing.
Yeah. Well.
Like, you could almost kind of vaguely justify the weird pseudo P1 with, okay, he's doing something. Invisibility is invincibility. Call doesn't work.
Dire's bottom tower
Ursa
is
finds him.
under attack.
Charge comes out, so this guy is very dead.
Yeah.
Yep, Charge doesn't even get close, Ursa just eats him.
Gotham is cliffed.
Very nice.
Dire's bottom tower has
Look,
fallen.
Bot
Dear.
T2 goes down without a fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a really bizarre place to get cliffed. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Well, yeah, it didn't exist until last patch, so it'd be weird if you have.
Yeah. I'm glad there's still cliff spots in the game.
BKB out on the Ursa. Many pings going on across the map. Gotham is completely isolated.
Yeah, he's about to get He's very fast though. So
Yeah, but he's gonna try and
This
charge
is a-
through here. Looks like
should
successfully.
ravage. Ravage.
He blinked to it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, I was about to say everyone's just walking to the Necro now. Nope. Necro, by the way, has finished his Ghost Scepter. Now is building S and K. Or K and S if you're lame. But it'll always be S and K to me. Necro finds 3 bounty runes in the opposite team's river. Radiant is just walking right up mid. Aegis is long expired at
Radiant's
this point,
bottom
by the way.
tower is under attack.
PA queuing a Satanic.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Everyone is coming up to top to defend the tower. They have no glyph. They're going to lose T3 here at 32 minutes. Literally not a single finger lifted.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Necro
That's
is
so
finally
mean.
going to come out here. Axe is going to catch a Disruptor in the back. He's just going to get completely hammered.
Nice.
They want the Tide
I
Hunter.
want more though.
Yep.
Oh no! Everyone's
And is going to
BKB'd.
come out. Scythe comes
The
out.
PA
PA is
doing
in.
insane amounts of damage.
Has killed the Axe already. She's trying to get out. Gotham's kind of like running the wrong way.
This is dead.
Doesn't matter. Okay, she's dead.
Game is thrown uphill after all that. Or not. I think it'll take 3 more of those to throw the game.
Yeah, 3,357 gold just changed hands. Predominantly towards Xerxes and the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah,
Necro,
game
like,
is
lives that.
losable.
There's that. I mean, it would have been way worse if they hadn't taken T3 and half of the ranged racks for that, but you know.
Yeah.
You know the
but
range rack currently has $2,000? It's true.
take what you can get.
Yep.
For me, it has. Wait, it has the amount of money on the last person
Yeah.
you clicked on. I think it's minus 1240.
It's a very rich building in any case. Gotham is just going to
Very
throw all that
good.
money just got right back at the Radiant now.
Very
Oh my
nice,
god,
they
he
do
has a
0
Ghost
damage.
Scepter.
Radiant's top tower.
These 2 heroes. literally
Charge
do not do
Gotham! There we
damage.
go.
Golems.
Oh my god. Axe
What a
comes in,
call!
gets a big call of the Blade Mail. He does nothing because neither of these two do actual right-click damage. Necro is in now.
This is
Here
really
comes the
strange.
Ravage. Axe says, get some. Ursa's here. Goodbye, Tide.
No! Game is being thrown in front of my eyes.
Ursa has, Ursa was fast. I don't know why.
Yeah, don't do it. I know you're thinking you're doing it. Don't do it. No!
The, Ursa charging after the DK here. He's like Diffie or something at this rate. He's just, everyone keeps right-clicking away from him. Very long, very protracted fight, but all that happens is just 1 for 1, which is a big win for Dire right now. They trade the 4 for a 3 and get 600 gold off the deal. Necro going for the heart. It's gonna be really awesome if Gotham team turns it around, because then it'll look like these guys who almost threw this game got into finals. Like what a conundrum. Do we want this Gotham team who's having this game 3 to go into finals, or do we want to have the Luth game who had game 1 this week go to finals?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Who
Ursa
can
has
lose the JSO
MKB.
contest?
Dang, Luth is smurfing, says Kingfisher. They're all walking in on the Ursa here. The Glimpse is going to take 1 out of the equation, but the Watermelon is still going to get sliced. JB coming into the back line. Voodoo Switcheroo catches basically nobody. Smoke gets deployed, but basically immediately broken. They're looking for the Looking for the Spear Breaker here, but this Ghost Scepter on the Spear Breaker is actually doing a lot for him here. Disruptor going down the back line. The Dragon Knight is very isolated. They have hit him with a disarm, but they're not actually going to kill him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
2 for nothing trade.
Ursa looks a little scary at the moment. I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And
I guess if you
we
think
knew
about
that
it.
this is a free Ursa game.
Radiant's
So-
middle tower has fallen.
I mean, I guess it's not that surprising what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, this is just the way this should have been going from the starting gun. Interesting decision to not go for Roche here with the space cleared. They really can't fight without the Tide Hunter at all, I don't think. Ursa gonna take his shard. But he's gonna notice something's going on up here. Looks like the Spirit Breaker has noticed that camp being done. They're going to... Oh no, it's the
This
LD2L
is
Season
impossible.
12 Classic.
Not like this.
Or maybe it's not. The Radiant's just walking into Roche. Smoke coming out in response. They're gonna find him walking out of the pit. They're gonna see PA running away. Oh yeah, baby. It's time. Time for the LT2L Season 12 Classic. Both teams sitting around Roche waiting for the other one to go in, and neither team is going to go.
It's terrible for both teams to go in. Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, I think Dire could get away with it easier than Radiant could, but they can't get Ravage, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they have Ravage, so no.
But
I
then
mean,
Dire
unless
has
the
Call.
Ravage is just dreadful.
Radiant are
Radiant scan
scanning.
into Roche, see nobody, see
a
Necro who
five-man
just
smoke.
peeked his head in. Necro walks out, they shoot the power shot inside, 2 teams, 5-man smoke.
What am I watching?
Oh buddy, this is classic LD2L right here. This is vintage, baby. Spear Breaker has a Shadow Blade at this point, just to make him a little more slippery, I guess. The Dire are looking at uphill. Up the triangle here, they find nobody. Oh no, Ursa's gonna walk into the enemy team face first. He's gonna take out Loose Courier, though. It's gonna tip him off. Maybe something's going on up here. The Radiant are just going to go to
This is so
Tormentor instead.
stupid. This is so stupid.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan out Roche, they find nobody. Dire's coming for them.
They
You got a
are.
pretty good read of where the Dire are, or where the Radiant are. Axe
Blink call, blink
got
call, blink
revealed.
call.
Blink Call just gets the person that she wants to get the least, probably. Axe hits the BKB to not get glimpsed, and arguably maybe
Oh
he
no!
wanted to get
Ursa's in the
glimpsed.
disruptor
Yeah,
ulti. Not like this.
Ursa and the Disruptor ulti with the Ravage on him. Tide Hunter's very dead. The Witch Doctor ult took him out for the most part here.
Oh no, no, no.
Satanic
walked
on
into
the
it, too.
On the BA. Just going to throw everything in the world at Necro here.
Very slowly killed the Necro.
Yep.
He will die.
5 for 1 trade there.
Oh my, that disruptor ulti looked really bad, and then their carry walked into it.
Yeah, he walked into it and didn't hit BKB either.
Okay. Yep, buybacks, but I
Dire's top barracks are under
think
attack.
every hero.
Dire's structures
Okay, 3
are
heroes have
fortified.
buyback. And they're not gonna use it. Just gonna seed the Rex.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Very sad misplay on the Dire. Just lost pretty much all the momentum they've been building for quite a while. Gave the DK the opportunity to build up a Scotty too. All because Ursa walked into a bad spot. In fairness, he was assisted there to some extent by the Windrunner shard, but again, that doesn't happen
Yes.
with a PvP up. He's going for Nully
Yeah,
right
they
now
rush.
for some reason.
Dire's courier has been killed.
How many stacks
Team
do you think Necro will have by the end of the game? 2.
2, yeah.
They're going in on the Roche here.
Guys,
They do not have the title this
you
time.
don't have Ravage.
Yeah, they don't have Ravage. They don't have the. They do have the Disruptor roll. Never mind. They're going
Terrible.
to. Uh-oh, Scythe comes out on the PA. So yeah, it is really terrible. But they just literally cannot physically catch the DK. He's just too fast. They can't physically catch the Windrunner though. DK stopped.
Maybe a questionable
fine.
Roche attempt. Perhaps.
I mean, they're gonna go crazy trying to dive for him, but they can't actually kill him. Okay, well, there went all the momentum that Radiant just swung back their way, I guess. I mean, not all of it. It wasn't nearly as bad as the loss that Dyer took before this, but 3,000 gold does still change hands, and Ursa does now get a very free Roshan.
You just wait for Ravage, right? Before you commit to something. Because if you have Ravage in that fight, it's literally easily winnable. But like, I'm seeing Dusty with like 13 seconds left for Ravage, and 2 people in the Roche pit. Communication?
Axe now has his Ags and his Shard.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, we haven't been here long enough. Fake comeback, says Doughboy. Hey, it'll get slightly realer soon. Don't worry. Within the next 2 minutes. Tack pause or what? Like, so what's gonna happen is that they're going to unpause, and everybody on Luth's team is gonna just go to the Tormentor for no reason.
Well,
PA also getting a nully. both teams getting nully on their P1s right now. Never mind. PA changed her mind. She's going for Lincoln's instead.
going ready.
Gotham was kind of lag. Gotham was kind of tack pause is what he was.
Gotham one ready.
Wait, both the Spearbreaker and the Ursa are both. Oh wait, no, that's just. Okay, it was just showing me the wrong thing there. Spearbreaker getting Silver Edge and Shard. Silver Edge will be pretty bad for PA if he's actually able to like make it happen. Does it get rid of this? I don't think so. Not this. Yes, it is. I don't know why I had to look so hard for that. So, be pretty bad for the PA and the Tidehunter when Spearbreaker's able to get that break. He's also going to have really fast Charge of Darkness.
Yeah, he's not that far from it, realistically. But
If he wants to buy out, anyway. I don't know if he does.
Yeah.
Right now.
he might not.
Look at that graph, my god. Look at it go.
Roller coaster ride. The chance to win has never been in Dyer's favor.
Nope. Spearbreaker, who's he charging? He is
We're
charging
doing Windrunner.
into, yeah, the Windrunner.
has been killed.
And the Windrunner's
Luth is
just
here
gonna
with a double
dodge.
damage rune. Oh
Axe
no,
missed the
Axe!
call. Axe missed the call, BA just got out of there. He's gonna hit BKB, go on the Necro, but I don't think it's really gonna come of it.
You can
Spearbreaker's
see how
gonna
bad of
buy
a PA
back,
game
that's
is,
not
even when they're
good.
winning these fights. Like, it's so awkward if you just watch the PA in these fights.
They're going to try and immediately put the Necro away. He's gonna hit the BKB though. PA
Oh,
comes
no,
in
Luth.
after him, PA's taunted. PA's in the call. No, Gotham, not yet. Scythe, she's
Scythe.
dead. That's not good.
This is such a terrible PA game.
Yeah. Like, look how awesome this game started for the Radiant. Everything in the world going right for this team, and this is still happening. The DK gets chopped in half. Axe tries to prosecute further, has no ability to do so. Ursa did not even lose the Aegis.
Like, I was seeing the warning signs even before, because if you watch PA, seriously, just watch PA during those fights, it's so awkward. Like, she's getting hit for an uncomfortable amount of damage, and she can't really go on anything. She's just kind of jumping around, throwing daggers.
Yeah, it's been the DK show for the most part up to this point. For the most part, what PA has really done is come in when a fight is already just over for the Dire and just clean up.
Yeah, and DK is falling off.
Radiant's middle tower has
Yeah.
fallen.
It's a pretty bad DK, underratedly bad DK game too. For how much he's mattered to this. Going to get a very good shackle shot though. They're not going to buy back for this tower, at least not yet. They're going to waste a lot of time. The Glyph, the Windrunner shard. They're going to put Ursa back into the mix here. The Witch Doctor is going to ult for some reason. I guess assuming they were about to go in on the Ursa there was not actually the case. Better safe than sorry, I guess. The Axe and the Ursa shackled, the Disruptor ult coming out. The PA is back. Ursa's gonna lose his first life here. Very casual loss of an Aegis. They have to leave now. He's going to hit, Gotham, what are you doing? Going to hit BKB, yeah, they're just gonna pull out. Well, that was very awkward. They just got so much time wasted that they couldn't get anything done with their Aegis, they just had to retreat.
Yeah. And what are Dusty Team gonna do? Smoke out of base. That's 5.
And maybe they find the Witch Doctor, I guess. Witch Doctor is not getting out of here with any particular speed. Oh, not Dusty. Don't do it, baby. Okay, good, he thinks better of it. Oh no, Axe, don't do it, baby. Okay, he sees the tie, blinks out in time. I mean, it's still looking bad. Yeah, Axe is very dead. He's going to take a very long time to kill. They're going to get 4-man ravaged. But Ursa's going to get Yulzed. I'm not sure who did that, but doesn't really matter. They're going to lose the Necro. He does have Bind. Going to lose the Witch Doctor. Love's going to take out the Windrunner in the back of the fight. Axe is going to buy, but he has nothing to do here. Okay, yeah. Yep. Ursa just gets Disruptor ulted.
What is happening in this game, dude?
They should have just let Axe die. That's the answer. They should have just let Axe die and then moved on, but they did not want to lose him. And they lost 4 people instead of just 1, and buyback as well.
Buybacks.
Here come the buybacks now. The Luth team is just gonna retreat.
Yeah, buybacks are gonna force a retreat.
Another awful misplay on the part of the Gotham team. Again, like, it wouldn't be ideal if they had just randomly dropped Axe there, but he had buyback and everything would have been fine. Instead, they just dropped 3 buybacks, and it's looking hard to win again all of a sudden. Ursa has Roche's banners, there's that at least. Basically, if Dire loses a fight in the next 7 minutes, they lose the game. It's as simple as that. They have to play incredibly cautiously until then. I don't know how much that favors them. How close is Disruptor to Eggs? He's got it by this point. So that's pretty bad. Roche is going to be up in a minute. Radiant take this time to do Tormentor.
Dire are scanning.
There's 5 Lotuses in the pool. Dire scan out 2 different flanks, find nobody. They're on the other side of the map, as it turns out. Axe going for Gleipnir. That's such a weird thing to see being built on him. Ursa runs into the Roche pit and screams because Roche isn't there. He couldn't even be there yet.
Dire are scanning.
Dire scan out of the jungle. Still not there. They're doing Tormentor, my friends. See? And they got free Fireball for the Dragon Knight. Somebody's calling to go to Twin Gates, but I think that's a pretty suspect play on the Dire's part, and indeed they're not going to go for that. Necro going for Travels. I don't know if you can really afford that at the moment, but sure. You do you, buddy.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant find Dire in the jungle. They scan this out successfully. And the Radiant, or the Dire are just kind of standing there. Travels now up in the Necro. Radiant also playing this very cautiously. I don't know if they realize how many cards are in their hands right now. Because they don't actually have to, like, win a fight. If they just take some people on attrition, if they trade in a fight, they can buy back and win. And
Yeah.
Dire has no ability to do that. 3-man smoke on the Dire. I think this is a very hasty play at this point. 5-man smoke on the Dire. Got no real vision, though. They don't know what they're doing. They're kind of flailing here. Fearbreaker is going to break uphill. Going to find the Windrunner and the DK. Windrunner is going to die immediately. DK is going to follow immediately. Okay, that's huge. They're going to catch the Tide Hunter here. The Glimpse is going to fail because the Necro is going to use BKB. Tide Hunter is going to try and waste as much time here as humanly possible, but he can't waste all that much. He's going to go down next. Everybody who's died there has buyback except for the Windrunner, so thus far that's not the biggest deal in the entire universe, but super not ideal.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Radiant now relies only on their top T2 to keep things out. They're going uphill. This is a crazy play. What? Okay, there we go. Going to catch the axe here. He's going to get Ravage. He has no BKB. Earth is taking a lot of hits. Big coconut there. They're going to find the axe. That's a dieback for him.
Yeah. Oh no,
Necro
Matt.
hit Ghost. For God's sake, Necro. Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Witch Doctor is going to hit the ult. Nobody's going to actually walk into that, and it's going to cover everybody else's retreat.
60-minute game.
Yep. Very crazy play to uphill there. I don't know who called that, but that was a big mistake. They could have just gone, they just could have stayed back, and Roche is up right now. You know, they could have just done this. And yeah, they got 2 buybacks out of it, but losing a dieback on the axe is not worth that, and you also just gave them the Roche. Absolutely the wrong move. Roche is killed. PA takes Aegis. DKK takes She's. The Tide Hunter takes the Refresher Shard. Ursa has Swift Blink. Ursa at this point is really as scary as he's ever going to be. All he's got now is Zag's Blessing and Moon Shard. She's about done. PA also pretty much done here. Can replace the Treads if she wants that set. Do they still have the Roche's banner on this team somewhere? That would be a really funny thing to use right now. Spear Breaker is a psychopath. Okay. It's not that crazy. This would have been a really awesome time for the old Necro shard where he like threw the thing at everybody. Interesting to see Radiant take their time a little bit. They waited for the axe to come back up, where I thought they would have tried to press their luck there, go out before he respawned. Necro building up for the E-Blade. He couldn't buy that out right now. He has a surplus, but his buyback is not up. Okay, his buyback is actually up, so Dyer does have another opportunity here. Axe also could have buy, but he just bought out, so he won't have buy. Unless he gets a bunch of kills on the way, I guess.
Invisibility. Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scanning out, they find nothing. Oh no, La. Oh no, baby.
Oh.
He's gonna try and TP
he's
home,
glimpsed.
and he's gonna get glimpsed. He's going to hit and rage and BKB, which really he probably should have done before he tried this TP attempt, because now he's dead.
Yes.
And when he buys back for the inevitable uphill fight, he will not have BKB anymore, so that's really, really bad.
Yeah, it's not great. And he has just enough gold for buyback. It could have been even worse.
It's true, yeah. Hack still is actually trying to farm some gold down here. He doesn't have enough, even now. The fight is coming, you know, with Eartha down, they're just taking it ASAP. DK has his Ags.
He's gonna buy back any second now.
Dire's middle tower is
Radiant plants Roche's banner. Matt just,
Yep.
okay. Yep, they got what they wanted. They got the Ursa buyback. They just leave immediately. In the interest of fairness, they probably could have got that without placing Roche's banner. But who cares?
Probably, but
double damage.
Sure,
oh,
so
double
BKB is
damage
gonna be up
PA.
at
They want to
15.
make a play with this.
Well, they got to be careful with that because into the axe, that's still could be really bad.
Yes. Let's see if they do anything. I mean, they have Aegis double damage PA. I think it's fine if they want to be aggressive at this
Yeah, they have
exact
they
moment.
have
but
Aegis double damage. They have confirmed no buyback on the Ursa. Axe does have it at this point.
They're running uphill indeed.
Aegis lost half her HP.
We're running uphill in a very disorganized way. Okay. What is... Okay.
Right. They're going to
Yay.
just barely not take out the DK with the scythe. He's going to eat the cheese. He's basically back. Ursa's in the thick of things, but he is not BKB'd. He did not BKB before he went into the sharp roll, and I can't click on him. He BKB coming out of it, though. He's going to take the tide ender coming back.
My PA is being way too passive. You have an Aegis.
They're going to find the
Satanic.
whimsical dragon here, but not going to be able to do anything about him.
Aegis
Two
Satanic
diebacks.
PA. Barely hit any heroes in that fight. It's kind of strange, I'll be honest.
Yeah. And the saddest thing for DK is that DK and the Tide there is that their buybacks are going to come up basically right after they respawn.
Yep.
Fight could have been a lot worse too. That scythe had come out just a hair later, just a moment. Then would have gotten the kill too, and DK would have not been able to eat the cheese, and you know, you probably lose another one in that process. Be losing the Aegis. Okay, they've already lost the Aegis actually, so that's not good. Big disruptor ult here under the T4s, but wrong people, wrong place, wrong time. They're gonna be okay.
Radiant's
Ursa's going to go after the, oh, here comes Gotham.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Ursa's going to go after the bot buildings here.
Radiant's bottom barracks. Radiant's bottom barracks has
Everyone wants PA so bad. She has buyback too, so the game's not even over if they take her.
Yep.
And Dire are going to mount a retreat while they still can. So next, basically next fight, everybody except Ursa is going to have the ability to buy.
Yes.
Tidehunter has bought out, but it's not a crazy amount of gold. He's likely going to be able to get that before they are likely to lose him again.
Radiant are scanning.
Which means we're getting a 90-minute game.
Hell yeah.
Dusty crying.
Five-man smoke coming out here. They saw the Necro. They're going at him. They're going to run into the Axe. Axe does not see any of this crap.
Kill the X.
Yeah, he's super dead.
He can buy back.
Hmm.
So how much that matters is questionable.
Invisibility.
No, Matt, don't get the Axe Blessing before you have something to replace it. They're not even going to do anything for this time. They don't have the Windrunner, and they're not going to go uphill without her, I don't think. Or at least they'd be a little nuts to do that.
Yep.
Matt's just going to stand in the middle. Okay. Matt says it's go time. Radiant says no time. They do have the Windrunner who ran all the way here to be here now. I think they're gonna try and play for time here on the Dire. They're just gonna try and knock the Radiant back long enough for the Axe to come up without having to buy, but it's not going to work out for them. They're going to have the Axe buy, they're going to have the Necro buy, so both of them are bought in now. They're going to do nothing. They're going to do actually nothing. Everybody on the Radiant is just going to get away with this scot-free.
Yep.
Axe isn't even going to
Okay.
call Disruptor on the retreat. Okay, this is a big kill if they can get it, but they can't get it.
They won't. Oh, the Windrunner. The winds have changed.
Okay, so yeah, this is a ban every game hero, right? Like, this is a never let this hero through again hero.
He has 11k gold.
Axe finds a Tidehunter, bye Hunter! As much as
He's
that
dead.
matters.
PA,
Okay. Nope, it's fine.
be aggressive. Please hit somebody. Oh
Dire
my,
losing their
PA, my
minds.
friend. Luth, you gotta be more aggressive on this PA hero when you're 6-slotted.
So all of that Pyro, all that Ballyhoo, everything that just happened, all that happened was they killed the Tide, who doesn't have buyback in fairness. Not that he would have Ravage until he came up naturally anyway, but you know how it goes. Chris is taking the Wisdom here because he's somehow not level 30 yet. PA isn't either. In fact, PA is actually lower than him. Kind of insane positioning on the Ursa here. You know, Roche is up, guys. I'm just saying. And they have spotted it out, and they're just going to go for it. Okay. And the Radiant, not really going to respond to this. Necro actually takes the Aegis, and nobody takes the cheese. Okay, Axe maybe. Nope, never mind. Nobody takes the cheese. It is just sitting there, baby. Axe, you can, yeah. No, you can't do that,
Wait,
actually.
well.
Axe, you really messed up, Cole, and
Wait.
scrapped your inventory, you know?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, what can you do?
5v5, only 3 heroes lack buyback, Necro, Axe, and the Tidehunter, and the Tidehunter will get it soon, just by bashing stuff. He has a Scythe, by the way.
There we
Imagine
go.
that.
Axe got his blade mail back.
There we go. No, he didn't. Axe put his
Maybe
blade
put it
mail
on
on the
his courier.
courier.
Yeah. So he's gonna bring it back, I assume, after he eats the cheese.
Yep. Or finishes the refresher orb here.
Yep.
God's sake, man. There
We
we
needed
go.
one of these this season, man.
So he now has his refresher. I guess he's, yeah, I think he sold off his blade mail actually, which I don't know if I like that much, but hey, that's, you do you, buddy.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant
Yeah, it
scan
is
out, they're gonna
gone.
find where the axe is. They're gonna consider moving for it, but ultimately decide against it.
It's kind of an all or nothing play, right? Like, you either get the sickest double call of all time to end the game, or you don't. And
Yeah, I
that
guess you do
depends
have
on-
the ability to do the battle hunger stacking, so there's that.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
And whether you get that decides whether or not that was a good idea to sell blade mail.
Very slow siege here for the Gotham team. Many resident sleepers in chat.
Yeah, well, this is not the best game 3 we've ever seen.
Matt building up a very late Shivas. Gotham
Literally
is,
nothing has happened in 30 minutes.
Gotham is using his Fallen Sky to just bash the tower on top repeatedly, trying to break it down before the team moves forward. 3 minutes until the buybacks come back up, and that's also pretty much when the Aegis expires as well. If you remove 1 minute from that. Matt's in a pretty compromising position. Axe comes in to go for more. Has caught the DK there, but DK can just buy. Everyone's just buying.
Most buybacks.
Going to hex the Ursa. This is the real Witch Doctor role that's going to actually scare everybody away from these buildings for the moment.
Are under attack.
Luth comes out.
Are fortified. Radiant's courier has been killed.
They just killed a courier with a moon shard on it. That has gotta suck. But it's okay, because they're about to kill the Necro for the first time here, maybe? They're gonna kill the Necro. They're going to lose the Tidehunter in the process. And that would be his dieback. No, they're not gonna lose a Tidehunter in the process. So that's the buyback, or not the buyback, that's the Aegis on the Necro, who's going to just use it to try and field out here. Oh, they caught the PA in the call. She's going to use the Satanic here rather early. She's Satanic before she had actually gotten hit at all. Because they're now out. They caught the DK in the call here again. He's dead if it's over, but he's gonna be fine.
Ursa?
They're going to kill Ursa. We'll lose the
MPA
PA.
is
That's
dead
fine
too.
because
Regime
that's
buyback.
yeah, that's a buyback. PA is going to get
Oh my
disarmed here
God.
under the T4s.
Say it ain't so.
It ain't so. Matt's gonna die. Okay, never mind. Holy crap, that was close. This stupid goddamn Windrunner shard. They're almost gonna kill Pages, and then she's just gonna ult, and then she's gonna actually die. And then they're gonna buy back on the Windrunner as Matt takes a powder. Game is never gonna end. Tidehunter has died Hunter. He is very dead. Diebacked there. The Necro and Axe buybacks are going to be up shortly, so it's up to the Dire now to do something. The Radiant have all bought back. The Dire all have buyback. When this Ursa and Witch Doctor come up, they need to win the game. Spirit Breaker is going to finish up a Hex here. Ursa is going to finish up the Abyssal Blade. He's very close to 30 as well.
Radiant's middle
PA
tower
is likely
under
to beat him
attack.
to it. AC on the DK. Axe will have the double call again for the next fight. Necro will also have the Shiva's Guard.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gotham is actually a nutcase here.
Alright, I gotta leave pretty much immediately after this game. So
Can't wait. Yeah, for those of you who are waiting for post-game cast and chat, no, this series is probably longer than the entire quarterfinals put together at this point. What is happening, says Doughboy. Good question. Necro has finished the Shivas. He is still going to be able to have buyback here. Everybody on the Dire now up. It's now or never, baby. You can make it or break it. Win or not. Win or don't win. That's your two options right now.
yeah. Or go 3 for 3 and then delay the game for 10 more minutes.
Also a possibility. They're going to find the Disruptor very quickly. He's going to get the Aeon Disc. He's going to throw the... oh man, they're actually going to Scythe for him, but that's not going to work.
Nice Ravage.
Yep, big Ravage here, but what does that matter?
Luth is murdering everybody.
Yeah, double call is coming out here. They're going to drop the
That
Abyssal
call,
Blade
though.
on the PA. Very
He's
low.
dead.
Very low. She's
Oh,
dead.
he's dead.
Is that the ball game? Gotham in finals?
It is. Gotham in finals.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Easy Dusty. Luth calls the G's, and after my whole life, we're going home. Holy crap.
Great series.
Dusty ends things the nice way by telling Matt to kill himself. Okay.
That's it. It's over.
Jesus Christ almighty. That was a 4-hour-long series. I'm glad I don't have to record that next week. Fuck. That was such a scary near miss by the Gotham team. It really puts a big question mark on these guys going into finals. Because this should have been a slam dunk. It really should have been. And it's kind of hard to ascertain exactly why it wasn't. I think a lot of it was just being boomed. I think Matt and J-Bay, maybe J-Bay less, definitely Matt, came into this particular game in the wrong headspace, in the wrong head time. He was lost. And the first 30 minutes of this game were just him playing like an asshole, just walking into bad trades, getting caught. It was J-Bay playing really overly conservatively, still his head still in the game before this where he was trying to LARP as the P1. In the world where these guys get everything together, get on the right foot, do everything right, this is a 30-minute game. But they made it so scary. They almost let this trash bag win. They picked PA and DK into Necro, and they almost let that win. That's not good. But then on the other hand, on the other side of the coin, did you see that game one? I mean, that was a really good looking game one. I don't know how well they replicate that game one without J-Bay. It felt like he was a big part of that, so that's also a little but The game one looked really good. They have to, in finals, they have to bring that game one into all three games. You know, the game two was a bad draft. They didn't execute it very well. But the game three was an easy game they made hard for themselves. If they don't do that, if they keep it, keep cool, keep calm, keep collected, if they don't let baggage get to them, like they very clearly were there, if they have a clear game plan in their head and execute it to the best of their abilities, then they should do fine. But if they're going to go into the game and, just throw lies away like they were in the first half of this, then it's going to be an ugly, ugly finals. Oh, Doughboy said it's actually Kiss Yourself. Okay. Ooh. Well. Yeah, as advertised, Randy immediately left. So I guess now it's time for the post-mortem on the Luth team. So, I was about to say, everybody in chat can determine how I'm going to talk about that, but no, everybody in chat can't, because that's 2 minutes in the future. So I guess I'll just do it in the order they appear here, but in reverse, because, why not, right? Gundam! Starting with Gundam. Well, I guess I'll start with the team as a rundown. This team was in an unfortunate spot. I think, there were a lot of stumbling blocks in the first few weeks for this team, and I think a lot of that was just because they had the right people at the who won Cryptic. They had the right people at kind of the wrong time. I actually think both of these teams were in the same sort of category there, where they were really not very well fit as a lineup for the meta, and as a result, I do think a lot of their early stumbling blocks, I think a lot of their early issues were just down to that on both of these teams' part. Like, had the original Gotham lineup persisted, I think basically the Blade Mail one. True, yeah, the Blade Mail that J-Bay callously threw to the sidelines one. Had both of these teams formed like later on in the season, like had the season not started till after the patch with the same lineup, then I believe both these teams would have done better this season. I think both of them kind of had that middle of the pack rap for most of it, and I think they both could have exceeded that. But yeah, I think it hit Luth particularly hard. I think they had a lot of weight in their off lane on both of these teams for most of the season. And it was just, a bad time to do that. Just a bad time to have P3s. The patch made it a little better to at least the point where it was viable, and it's like, as soon as that happened, you started seeing them both go through the roof. I do gotta say, having seen them until the end, I don't know how the coordination factor... It got a little better. Like, after Game 3 of the quarters, it got better. Like, in the middle of that game, after that big, long 30-minute pause, it got better for the Luth lineup. But until then, you did kind of have the exact problem that I was thinking about in the community content I made all the way back at the start of the season. I think it really was this team's curse of just like, Luth doesn't talk much and needs direction. Luth doesn't really seem to be that energetic of like a... He's not an autonomous unit. He's a clockwork soldier. That's what I call him, right? You give him orders, he'll do them great. Did you see how he made games out of this series? It didn't feel like outside of maybe game 2, it didn't feel like Luth should have had an easy time in any of these games, but he managed to find a way. He found a way on the Wraith King last week. If he has a goal and direction, he can do that really, really well for you. But if he lacks that, if he does not have that goal, if he does not have the direction, he flounders a little bit. I think Gundam is basically in the same boat. With direction, with something to do, with something over the hill for Gundam, he can make that happen. But without it, it's rough. And I would love to just go through everybody on the list and talk about how they need coordination and weren't really providing it individually. But I'll just cover that hill here. Yep, you kind of felt it. Even when it got better, it still only, like, was average. There were still a lot of, like, these kind of weird, awkward plays. It felt like the drafts were just kind of one person's vision, and I don't know sometimes it felt like it didn't really hit the real world. Even Whimsical Dragon was in here talking about the drafts last week, so communication never really got where it needed to be as a lineup. So you have one fair knock, like one thing that's like bad for them fairly, which is that you have the unfair thing with a patch. So let's finally run everybody down in order from bottom to top. Gundam, you're in an awkward situation, Mr. Gundam, Mr. Lumix, in that and I know you're trying to do something about this because I've seen you in other leagues running like the mid axe and crazy stuff like that. It does feel like right now you're not typecast in the way of like a hero pool, which is typical for LD2L. You're typecast in the fact that you're. It feels like kind of stuck in one. Oh, Manoy has joined in chat just in time. It feels like you're kind of stuck in one style of play. Like, if a hero plays like a spirit, if it's like a quab, if it's, obviously one of the spirits, right? If it's, if I guess if he was good, if it's like a bat rider, something that's very flighty, come in, do, the invoker, and the way he does it. Very flighty, come in, do your lot of damage, hit and run type heroes, and Gundam does them very well. But when it's time to hunker down on a hero like a Dragon Knight, like a Viper, like something that has more scaling from mid, or something that's more of like a long team fight specialist, like a Necro, it doesn't feel like you see the same Gundam come out. It doesn't feel like that's to his strengths. And I think where you are in your career, you have to start leaning one way or the other. You have to either shit or get out the pot. You either have to say, this is a rough spot for me. I need to hit it. I need to balance it out here. I'm fine not playing spirits for a while and getting in the mindset of these heroes to take them over. Or it's time to say, I need to get my team to stop picking me DK, right? It went better this game than game one. It still wasn't great. Game one looked rough. So I think find either break more into that space or just stay out of it. And I think it's a perfectly acceptable thing to stay out of it. I think it's perfectly acceptable to say, this is what I'm strong at. Lean me here. That's up to you. Whimsical Dragon. This is the first season I've seen Whimsical Dragon. I've seen him stand in a couple of times. This guy impressed me a lot, honestly. I think this is a very solid all-star contender. This guy came out of the blue. I thought a lot of his heroes looked awesome. I thought some of his heroes looked rough. The Oracle game, like, Dark Ace was flaming the Oracle, but the Oracle last week looked great. So I don't know what happened. Pressure nerves. I don't know. Wasn't ready for it. But Whimsical Dragon, it was a very good first impression. It looked like a very classic 5 player, very strong on the save heroes, a little weak when he got off of it. I don't know about his ward game. I'll freely admit, I can't look at that from here. It's not Dota buff. I guess I can look at this to see. Ooh, yeah, that's that ain't it. You got like he got considerably less than this. Lots of smokes, that's good. Maniac also with a lot of smokes. And I guess it is kind of notable that you are splitting the difference here a little bit, but Windrunner is like not a P4 I want to see like splitting the room like this. If it's like a Jakiro 4 or something, then this is fine, but maybe lean into this a little bit more. Take some of that burden off your P4, but that's nitpicking. I think awesome season for you. But I'll have to see more of you before I can make more of a conclusive determination than that. I didn't see all that many games from this team. Hello, Manoy. Well, I already shouted you out. Never mind. Dusty. Interesting, very bipolar season. It felt like what was missing this time from the Dusty playbook was the consistency. It felt like I think maybe this is being conscious of the meta over comfort environment we're in and leaning into that maybe awkwardly much. But it definitely felt like there were some games where you saw the insane psychopath Dusty who was just running around murdering people without a second thought, going absolutely haywire, rolling over everybody. And you had some games where you had the very lethargic Dusty who, was just a generic or a building pause 3, just kind of bumbled into a fight and, maybe got away with it if he was ahead. Like, It felt sometimes we saw like a very energetic, very dynamic Dusty. It felt like sometimes we got a very reserved, sleepy, hesitant Dusty in a lot of ways. Um, and I think that's where the if there is an issue right now, it's that. Get to the point where you can have that insane psychopath 10 out of 10 times, or find something to do with the slow guy. But I think, in your case, it's definitely get into that zone 10 out of 10 times. If that means whittling the pool down a little, that's fine. If that means, um, reconsidering how you play some of that pool, that's also fine. But as long as you can get there, as long as you can get that engine running 10 out of 10 times when you turn the key, you'll be back out of here just in time for next season. And if Greg lets you in again, I'll kill him. Luth. Oh boy, Luth. Very good game from a P1 standpoint, right? Very good season from a P1 standpoint. It did not feel like there was any game where I had an issue with how you were playing, but how you were picking yourself and how you were operating sometimes rubbed me the wrong way. It's the same thing I've been saying about, about you, but I think I said the same thing in large part about the Blue Jay team. You counterpick yourself a lot. I don't know how much you realize that. I mean, there are definitely some games where you don't play, you get counterpicked, you don't play like you're counterpicked, and like the bluff works, right? You get to burst through, do everything you want, and have a great game anyway. I mean, this game is an example. This should not be a 12, 6, and 16 PA game. This should be, a 0, 28 and 0 PA game. You know what I mean? Like, maybe 3 28 and 3 PA game. You know what I mean? It's a very bad looking PA game, but you made it nearly work. Only nearly because it was too bad of a PA game, but nearly is a lot here. So just thinking about your matchups, thinking about how those are going to play out in the long term, thinking about positioning yourselves in those fights, getting confident about your pool is a lot of that. I think I still don't. I'm still not sold that Luth is like a believer in Luth in every game, but I think playing around the counters more to your hero, it would go a very long way. Picking around the counters to your hero would go a very long way. Can you imagine how much easier this game would have been if you had had somebody? I mean, can't rip Dusty for being sleeping playing games at 1 a.m. Yes, I can. Dusty goes to sleep at like 6 a.m. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, it feels like if you can play more into the counterplay of your hero, you can do a lot. If you're in a hero that's like good in this game, and in fairness, it's kind of hard to name one. You already got problems elsewhere in your draft. But if you're on a hero that's awesome this game, like I don't know, there's nothing that's really great into both the Axe and Ursa and Necro, but you know, some hypothetical hero that could, or maybe chat would have a suggestion in the next 2 minutes before I wrap things up. I mean, it's a very good look at you. You win, right? I mean, the reason you didn't win is because your hero was too bad for this matchup. That's it. That's the long and short of it. Nobody's ever going to call this a Gotham outplay. It wasn't. They played it. I'm sorry, Gotham, you're in chat. They played it very poorly for the first 20, 30 minutes. They only got their heads in the game later. You cannot say that this was a Gotham outplay. This was them just dragged down to earth by the draft. Finally, you got Maniac. Maniac. Buddy, you kind of had a weird season. I feel like the first thing I'm gonna say is get your metal higher. God damn, go play more ranked, please. Double down a lot. Play meta stuff and double down because your team had such a hard time replacing you when you were gone. You play well above your metal, and that's great. Especially in like modern times, you play above your metal, and that's great. But the problem is like when you play above your metal in LD2L, you become insanely anti-value, and you have to miss like 3 games in a season like you did. Not good. So that would be something to start with. I think this chasing the meta strategy, I do think there is something to it, but it would be, I guess you did have the Skywrath in G2. I did say it would be nice to have a stable component of heroes in your roster. If you're going to be the chase a meta guy, have maybe one isn't enough. Let's say 2 or 3 heroes. Cycle them out when they're really bad. Have more of like a groundwork to get back to because it feels like your pool is very fluid. It feels like it's very flighty. It feels like you play just what is good as at the moment, and there's some value to that, but there is some value in not just being typecast in that role either. Because I do think some of the reason that you're being held back is that you get really good at a hero and then it gets destroyed in a patch, and then you're basically back at square one. So that's more strategic than in like the context of LD2L, though. I think. I think in the context of an LD2L season, as long as you can pick those heroes up, it's fine. And yeah, 4 hours 6 minutes later, that is it. If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but it's not too late to queue because queues are popping everywhere you look, and it's not too late to wait for the next season because we're getting pretty close to the end, and houses are going to be popping up. In my assessment, likely very soon after the season ends. So, ld2l.gg, go to the link to the Discord server. That's where all the action happens, and we will see you this tomorrow. Actually, for I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it yet. I almost certainly am, though. I think we'll see you tomorrow for some games with the quarterfinals. We'll see you for the not the Jazz 07 and Chong game. We'll see you with the other ones.